Good morning, all of you. I'm your science teacher, and today I'm going to teach you science. From last few videos, we are continuing with our second chapter of science, that is matter around us pure. In this chapter, we discussed on the different separating methods and water filtration, extract gases from the air, different methods, chromatography, and other methods we discussed. Okay. And today we continue with the same chapter from the next topic, that is physical and chemical changes. So to understand the physical and chemical change, I'll give you two examples. One example for physical change and one example for chemical change. We know that there are two types of property of matter. We already discussed. If I ask to you what is the physical properties of a substance, we already discussed physical property of a matter. Its color, hardness, rigidity, fluidity, density, melting point, boiling point. Remember this? These are the physical properties of a matter. Okay. So, and they have physical states also, solid, liquid, and in the form of gas. Different states they have. So, if change is occur in its states or physical properties, it means it is the physical change. When we call physical change, when the change occur in the physical properties, is known as physical changes. For example, I'll give you ice. I'll give you the ice piece. Ice. I'll give you the ice piece. Then after some time, and after increasing temperature, what we see, it convert into water, from solid to liquid. We see that the ice has solid states, and after increasing the temperature, it change their states and convert into solid to liquid, and from ice to water. So it is an example of physical change. But something there is a need to something discussion about the physical changes. For example, in I'll give you that example. According to the example, we can understand that we are able to get back ice again by decreasing the temperature. हम वापस वाटर से लिक्विड बना सकते हैं. इट मीन्स ये क्या है, रिवर्सिबल चेंज है. आइस से वाटर बन जाएगा, वाटर से आइस बन जाएगा. सो इट इज द फिजिकल चेंज. और जब भी फिजिकल चेंज होता है, उसकी केमिकल प्रॉपर्टी चेंज नहीं होती. इट मीन्स वाटर जो है, वाटर की प्रॉपर्टी वही रहेगी. अगर आप वाटर को आइस पर डालोगे, वाटर को अगर फायर पे डालोगे तो भी फायर को बुझाएगा, फायर को एक्सटिंग्विश करेगा. और अगर आइस को डालोगे तो आइस भी सेम प्रॉपर्टी शो करेगा. बट do always all liquids or always all the solids don't have a same chemical properties. For example, if on one hand we take water as a liquid, and on the other hand we take water as a liquid, and on the other hand we take oil as a liquid, both have same chemical properties? No. Why? Because if we put water into the fire, it distinguishes the fire. But when put the oil into the fire, it increase the fire, it increase the combustion, rate of combustion. Okay. And it's convert into solid. Water convert into solid, and oil convert into solid is not a easy process. And when we see the chemical structure of water and oil, both are different. Okay. So the interconversion of states in a physical change, interconversion because these change occur without a change in composition and no change in chemical nature. It means उनके chemical nature में भी change नहीं आएगा, उनके composition में change नहीं आएगा. अगर water का formula H2O होता है, H2O, तो वो आइस होगा तब भी यही फॉर्मूला रहेगा, वो वाटर होगा तब भी यही फॉर्मूला रहेगा, वो वेपर बन जाएगा तब भी उसका फॉर्मूला H2O ही रहेगा. इट मीन्स वो फॉर्मूला मीन्स वो H2O ही रहता है, अब चाहे वो सॉलिड स्टेट में हो, लिक्विड स्टेट में हो या गैस स्टेट में हो. ओके, उसका कंपोजिशन चेंज नहीं होता है. ओके, आइस, वाटर, वाटर वेपर, ऑल लुक डिफरेंट. ये तीनों डिफरेंट दिखते हैं, आइस, वाटर, वेपर, बट दे हैव सेम chemical property, but they have different physical property because it's a solid, it's liquid, and it's gas. Okay, both water, here we discussed that example, here it right, both water and cooking oil are liquid, both are liquid, but chemical characteristics are different of both of the substances. Okay, they differ from order, they differ from in order means the smell, inflammability, inflammability means how they can fire or they can burn. Okay, we know that oil burn in air, we know that oil burn in air, whereas water extinguish the fire. Chemical property of oil and oil that make different from water. So it is an example of chemical property of oil that makes different from water. Burning is a chemical change. Burning is the example of chemical change. In this process, one substance react with another substance and change in chemical composition. It means in burning, always when a substance burn, it reacts with oxygen, another component. Oil, when oil burn, it reacts with oxygen, then it burns and form a different compound or a different substance. And chemical change is also called as a chemical reaction. Here another special example for it, burning of candle. It is the example of both physical and chemical take place. Why? Can you distinguish it? Because when candle burn, some part of candle burn and convert into smoke or heat, and another gas. It is a chemical change. We cannot get back from the smoke or from the flame, uh, get back wax or candle from the smoke. Okay, it is an example of chemical change. But when burn candle, some part of candle melt, some part of candle going melt, and this melt wax, by this melt wax or melt candle, we can get back our candle. Okay, this is an example of physical changes. Okay, then continue. Here are some examples also. This cutting of trees, it is an example of physical change. We classify the changes which one is chemical change or which one is physical change. So cutting of tree, cutting tree is a physical change, because after cutting, obviously we cannot get back tree from the cutted pieces, but uh, the pieces of trees are not change their chemical properties. Melting of butter in a pan, back again we can get back or melt back butter. Rusting of almila, it is a chemical change. Boiling of water to form steam, physical change. passing of electric current through wire, water breaking down into hydrogen and oxygen gases. It is a chemical chain. Dissolving common salt in water. It is a physical chain because we already see that by separating method, we separate salt from the water. Making a fruit salad with raw fruits. It is also an example of physical change. Obviously, the fruits cut it and we cannot get back the fruits, but they retain their chemical properties and not change their chemical properties. So it is an example of physical change. Okay, burning of a paper and wood. Burning is the example of chemical reaction or chemical change. Then the next, what are the types of pure substance? So in the nature, there are two types of pure substance. First one is element and second one is compound. So by an example, I show you what is element and what is compound. Robert Boyle was first scientist to use the term element in 1661, and then Antony Laurent Lavoisier in 1743 to 94, a Frenchman. He's a French chemist, was actually first established experimentally useful definition of an element. They give after many experiments the definition of element. He defined an element as a basic form of matter that cannot be broken down into simpler substance by chemical reaction. It is known as a element. So by an example, I show you what is element. For example, elements always formed by the composition of two or more same types of atoms or same types of particles. For example, oxygen. What is the formula of oxygen? O2. O2 is a element. It composed by addition of two oxygen atoms. O plus O, they form O2. So oxygen is made up of by addition of two same type of atoms. Okay, so it is an example of element. But we when or another examples also here, N2, H2. Some elements are independent in the nature. They not formed by two or more combining of matters. These are single in the nature, like gold and silver, any other और भी बहुत सारी xenon, organ. Okay, so then, and what is compound? Compound is compound is made up of. It is also a type of pure substance. It is also a type of pure substance. Why we called these pure? Because they made up of same type of particles or in a fixed ratio. When we talk about compound, the example of compound is CO2. Always CO2 formed by one carbon and two oxygen atom. So it is a fixed ratio, 1:2. When we talk about carbon dioxide, always com- it is made by combining of one carbon and two oxygen atom. So it not change their composition and not change their properties. So these are this is an example of compounds. For example, another example also here, H2O, H2SO4, and many more examples are there. So these are the examples of compounds. Both are the types of pure substances, elements and compounds. Okay. So what is compound? Compound is a substance composed of two or more elements. Two or more elements composed of two or more elements chemically combined. The elements chemically combined with one another in a fixed proportion, 1:2, or if we talk about the water, so 2:1. So different types of examples we see. Okay, so I hope एलिमेंट्स एंड कंपाउंड्स को क्लियर हो गया होगा कॉन्सेप्ट आपको. देन कंटिन्यू करते हैं. When we talk about the elements in the nature, elements present in different forms, different states of matter. They present in nature in solid, liquid, and gas also, and they have some properties. Elements are basically divided into two categories. Elements can be normally divided into two categories: metal and non-metals. And another category also here, metalloids. Metal, non-metal, and metalloids. Metalloids is third one category of element that shows the property of both metal and non-metal. Metal usually shows some of the properties from these. So first we see the properties of metal. They have a luster, it means it shows shine. They have silvery gray or golden yellow color. These found in nature in silvery gray or golden yellow color. And they conduct heat and electricity. It means they passes or they conduct the heat and electricity also. They are ductile. It means we are able to convert a metal into wire, drawn into wire. So this property is known as ductile. And they are malleable. Malleable means the property of metal can be converted into thin sheet. After beating by hammer, we are able to convert a metal into sheet. This property is called malleable. They are sonorous. It means the sound producing property. Make a ringing sound when hit. When we hit a metal, it produces sound. Okay. So it is another property of metal. Then we talk about here some examples also metals. The examples of metal are gold, silver, copper, iron, sodium, potassium. These are the examples of metal. And mercury is the only metal that is liquid at room temperature. Means most of the metals are found in the nature in solid state, but mercury is found in the nature at liquid state at room temperature. Okay. And the properties of non-metals we see, they display a variety of colors. Metal shows only two types of colors. It has variety of colors. They poor conductor. Metals are good conductor of heat and electricity, but non-metals are poor conductor of heat and electricity. They are non-luster. It means they not shine. They not produce sound, sonorous, and they are not malleable. It means they are not converted into a sheet. For example, examples of non-metals are hydrogen, oxygen, iodine, carbon in the form of coal or coke, bromine, chlorine. Some elements are intermediate properties. Some elements have intermediate properties of metals, and non-metals are known as metalloids. For example, boron, silicon, and germanium. Okay. So some interesting fact is here. So we discussed on it. In the nature, approx 100 elements are found. Now in these days, approx total 118 elements are present according to the science. Now these days, in out of 100 or 118, 92 elements are naturally occurring. Out of 100 or 118, we always we read 100 as a 118. Remember that. So out of 118, 92 elements are natural and rest are man-made. It means rest rest of the elements prepared by man. And most of the elements, majority of the elements are solid. Okay, 11 elements out of 118, 11 elements are gaseous state at room temperature, and 2 elements liquid at room temperature, that is mercury and bromine, both are in liquid state at room temperature. Okay, elements gallium, cesium become liquid at room temperature slightly above room temperature. It means slight at the temperature of uh, above room temperature, slightly we change the room temperature, increase the temperature. At this temperature, gallium and cesium also are liquid. Okay, so from tomorrow we are continue with the same chapter, and tomorrow we are continue with our next topic, compounds. I hope आप लोगों को समझ में आया होगा. If you find out, you can ask. Good luck.